The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman on this 26th day of July. My pleasure to be here. Dow is up 155 at 25,568. It surpassed the last PD on the 12th of June of 25,402. Came down to a trough D. Remember, D is the fourth highest peak and the fourth lowest low. The fourth highest peak is really where we start to think about whether or not there's going to be a reversal to the downside. That's where you kind of lift your foot off the accelerator a little bit and hover over the brake just to see, give a test. And what we're doing here, my reasoning usually with this cup formation, especially when there's a left side, right side price time match breaking above in a shorter period, my thinking usually is that there needs to be at least two closes out of three bars above, sharply above the previous high, in this case of the high of 25,402 of the 12th of June. Here we are 160 points higher at 25,561. That's really important. The MACD is still good. The stochastic is strong at 92%. And the weekly finally is going into this leg D and is going to the area between the 25,400 level and 25,800, which was the high that was made after that February big drop from 26,600 to the 23,360 level. That was a pretty big bounce. And then we came all the way back, and the Dow was the only index to take out the February low when it went to the April low of 23,344. 16 points, but it was very important, 16 points. And that implied that there should be a sideways to choppy move. Within the rectangle, you could see a move towards the upside. My thinking was the 25,200, maybe 400 area was the resistance. Now we've gone a little higher. This is a very important moment for a number of reasons. I had a question from a subscriber saying, where did it go? So I said this morning that on Saturday, I'm going to give an update as to whether or not this is a period where you want to add to your longer term positions, longer term holdings. And the reason being, even if I thought that there was a move of 200, even 300 points between now and Friday's close, the issue is there's a divergence market here. You've got the NASDAQ not acting very well. I'll get to that in a second, but the comp and the S&P are lagging. It's only the Dow that's really leading. Suddenly the IWM has come on strong, not yet strong enough. Not only that, I'm going to go through a couple of charts to show you the reason why I want to hold off a little bit. Yes, we've got Amazon's earnings. Amazon's stock price says it better be perfection because it could be not as vulnerable as Facebook, but it could be somewhat vulnerable. But everything's on track. Amazon's what people go to all the time for just about everything. So, yeah, let's go through this. So the Dow right now, over the next week, today's Thursday, let's go to Wednesday afternoon. If Wednesday afternoon there is a close on a let's make it a close on a daily basis. If there is any day that closes below 25,360 to somewhere around 25,000. No, that's no. Has to be lower than that. 25,300. If there is a close, that's suggesting that we're going to see an extremely choppy period coming up. If there is a close above 25,800 by this coming Wednesday, that is really impressive. And it says, hey, the S&P is liable to test its all-time high, and the Dow should follow suit. Then if it gets to the 26,616, but it certainly could have a nice rally into the 26,000s. All right, that's enough with that. Let's go on with the S&P. S&P leading the Dow for the last couple of days. And today it's not. Today it's down 0.15%, 0.15%, and down 4.63 at 28.41. However, this is a leg E, and this is around about the area where you start to, I start to expect some kind of choppiness and some kind of consolidation. MACD is good. Stochastics at 92%. That's good. Leg D, very strong leg D in the weekly chart, and leg D in the peak D in the monthly at 2872s. We're not that far away from testing that high in a cup formation. So far, good action, good. I just want to show you this real quickly. In the E-minis, we've made E-mini, in the 5-minute, we made a peak D top and we pulled back quite sharply. And the 10-minute, we made a peak E and we've pulled back. So the numbers to look at 28.42.75 up. No, that can't be right. It can't be $1. So anyhow, oh, right, it's up $1.50 because there was the Facebook pullback, as well as a couple of other stocks. So the E-mini right now, although I've been following it all the time, I generally wasn't concerned about how much up or down. I was just looking at the peaks and troughs. And so this is going to be very important. By 3 o'clock, if there is a pullback that starts at 3 o'clock and goes under 26.36, we're at 28.42 right now, that's going to be very negative. If there's a push towards the 28.48 level, 6 points from here, that's impressive. All right, just keep it as simple as you can. I don't need to go there. I want to go here. Let's go to the QQQs. 1, 2, 3. QQQ is down 2.22% points, 1.22% at 180.60. Now, what's really important about this is part of the Facebook, but look, it's also got MD. No, it's got ABMD, a Biomed, which has been just a stellar performer, one of the top 2 in the Investors Business Daily top 50 forever. And now it's down 51 at 379.90. I spoke about this recently. I said it's made a Chapman wave 2-bar reversal at 450.93 with 450.65 the next day. I was looking for round numbers. I didn't really see any round numbers, but it certainly pulled back from the 450 level to today's low of about 360. Hey, I'd call that a pretty big pullback. Now, what's really important about this, peak G in the monthly, in the weekly, and a D in the monthly, this is the start, and this is the reason why, to answer the question, is for subscribers to have to wait for the weekend overview to know whether to add to their long-term investments is ridiculous, with an exclamation point. I don't think it's ridiculous at all. I tell you why I don't think it's ridiculous. I think we're going to close off the highs today, and there's a chance that we start a pullback real soon, if I'm correct in saying the semiconductors acting okay right now, up 1.23. We'll look at those in greater detail, but I'm looking at this rotation saying the choppiness is probably going to continue for a while, and we could start to see lower lows and lower highs. It doesn't say we have to crash to the downside, but it could say the rotation cannot be so selective that just a handful of stocks carry the market higher. So let's go back to the QQQs, give you parameters to watch. We don't know about Amazon. Amazon should give a blowout performance. I had a question there from someone who's been long Amazon for quite some time. Do I add to it on the pullback? And it was down about 25 at the time. I said, no, I see 20 points maybe upside if everything goes right, but I do see 30 points to the downside, and then we could start a consolidation. I don't see, if you're in a long-term position, why you want to risk a few percentage here, because if it goes much higher, you're looking great. You don't have to add to it, but if it starts to pull back, you really whittled away at some of your profit. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow's up 141. It's down 50.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Basil takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi, folks. So subscribers know I've done this for a very long time, and it's just something I only refer to once in a while because these are long-term patterns that I look at. But look at this. The QQQ, the Invesco, I used to call them Power Shares, now it's called the Invesco QQQ Trust Series, has gone from about 2011. You can see this blue dashed uptrend line, right? A nice angle. What would you call that? About 18%, so something like that, 16%. I should find my my gradient ruler. Okay, so then it starts to accelerate, and it goes to a new gradient, the second one. And this one, I would put it about 38%. I don't know if it's up to even 40%. Then all of a sudden it goes to kind of near 45% or somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more in that little orange one. There's an article in Stocks and Commodities magazine. I don't have it. I put it somewhere else. What did he call it? He calls it something else. I like to call it gradient steps or rising trend lines. And it's just keep it simple. There's nothing else. It's all it is. I even have them as dashed lines so that you don't get too carried away. If I made them nice and thick, you'd say, oh my God. No, it's not an oh my God. This is to show the angle of acceleration. I also, in this case, have the Fibonacci. Fibonacci says 236. In this particular instance, from my measurement, we go to 182. We're at 180.62 right now. We have hit 182.93 already yesterday at the leg E, probably a peak E high in the QQQs. This is important information. Probably a new technique that'll be abducted. But in the meantime, what I'm looking at here is I'm anticipating that the Qs will eventually go to something like a 68 to 72% rise in the actual angle of support, which means that it would probably be going parabolic at some point. I don't think, based on the chart that I'm looking at right now, at least I hope it doesn't happen in this particular phase, because the sooner it happens, the quicker you get the more serious decline. That's number one. Number two is, I'm only in a leg D in the weekly chart. The MACD is good, not nearly as good as it was back in earlier 2018, back into March, where we went to 175 at peak F. Could be an alternate count now, but I'm calling it a peak F for now. Most importantly, there's another trend line that's important, both on the resistance side and the support side. I want to take a moment here because Amazon's coming out And Facebook's already disappointed. We had Microsoft spiral to the upside the last week this time after the close Thursday. And this is going to be an important factor. Syntas, I think, is on the NASDAQ. You have CTAS. So these are important factors. What I am looking at here is that within the context of the 182.05 high on the 24th, the 182.93 high yesterday, and so far 180.92 high today. Whoops, 180.92 today. You've got the semblance of, even though it's at 87%, a declining stochastic, a sharply declining relative strength, a little gray line there. And the 9-period moving average is right there at 179.95. And the black one is the 179.07 level, is the 14-period exponential moving average. So now what I'm looking at is I'm saying, if there is a rotational correction, all you would see then is some kind of a pullback to the 173s, maybe the 14-period moving average in the weekly chart. If there is a breakout, you want to see new leadership. You can have old leadership, you also want to see new leadership. So that takes me to some of these stocks in the Investors Business Daily. The top ones, ESNG, is that right, or is it GN? SEGN. Yeah, there it is. This is, nah, come on, read it correctly. Sedge, Solar Edge, Sedge. There it is. Look at this. Leg D yesterday, peak D today, peak F in the weekly chart back at in May at 70.74. Only a leg B in the monthly chart. So Solar Edge Technologies, more efficient panels. Hey, this could have quite a bit of a consolidation and still start its legs C and D later this year. If you're looking at, I did ABMD, let's do that again, ABMD. Well, now I want to get back to the analysis of the different sectors. So that's down 50. That's your number. Well, I haven't got the most latest one, but this was up in the top, at least the top 15. The TTD, which is really a great stock. We wanted it at one point, and we got in, we got out, and we haven't got back in. The Trade Desk Inc. ACE shares, self-service advertising, you can do it yourself in any of the big companies. Peak F, very sharp pullback from the 98s down to the 87s, trading at 93 right now. I try to count this any which way, but I still get only a C in the weekly. So yeah, we've got rotation going on, and that's going to be very important. Quick question that I wanted to get to. So question here about Microsoft. What was the question? Just what's the wave count? Yeah, this is a leg E, probably a peak E today in Microsoft at 110, down 83 cents. Leg F in the weekly could be a recycle, but anyway, leg F, and a leg E in the monthly. These are getting overbought by any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't mean to say they have to crash. It just says they could take a little time to consolidate. So that's Microsoft, Cisco. Let's see what Cisco is doing. Cisco is trading right now. Is it up? It's up 35 cents. It made its peak F way back at 46 and a 46.37. Week of the 11th of May in the weekly chart. Peak E in the monthly chart. Holding quite well, but not really showing tremendous strength technically in either the weekly or the daily, although the price is quite good the last couple of days. And that goes on. Another question someone else had was about the composite index, COMPX. And what was the question? Chart, just wants to see the chart. Yeah, this is a sharp move up. It goes to, I'm calling it an F for now, although it could have been some kind of an instant restart. Just call it F to be safe. The MACD is okay, turning down. Stochastics 86 and turning down. On balance, volumes weak and relative strength is quite good. But leg D in the weekly chart, that's the reason why I'm saying I have no choice. I have to be a little careful right now. We have some stocks in the, I mean, we've got a couple. One of the questions was, if you're looking at the Dow, what about Caterpillar? Caterpillar should be up today, surely. Yep, up 2.59. Nice move, leg C. Has it come off the bottom? I'm not sure yet, but we talk about leadership. We'll see if suddenly you've got Deere and Caterpillar. Certainly UTX, which we are still long, from the 119s at 135.78. That's fabulous action. 136.66 was the high today, but it's in leg D, a little stretched in the technicals. Technicals are still very good in the daily. Weekly technicals have improved a lot, and it's got that left side, right side price time match going to about the beginning of August to the 139.24 level, the high of the peak effort on the weekly chart, the week of the 2nd of Feb. And it's still a peak D in the monthly chart, a nice U-shaped pattern. So this is good, but it's getting a little stretched. And that's the reason why I say, I'm sorry, I can't for subscribers. If I say to you, yes, this is the day to go long, and suddenly we have this cascade of bad news over the next 3 to 4 sessions, suddenly the Dow's at 25,100, I'm saying to myself, wow, I'd much rather be looking at lower prices to get a longer term long than to be buying right now to add to a position. I'll explain exactly what I mean when I get back. Dow's up 121, S&P is now down 6.5.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Oh, forgive me. I know I've gone out of order, but I've had so many questions and so many stocks that people want to look at. I just wanted to do this. Look, so Merck. I thought I'd given up Merck for today. I thought, geez, they're going to have the pharmaceuticals. They're going to have so much problem. No, Merck makes its all-time high. It goes to 60. Is that an all-time high? 66.80, right there. March of this year, of last year. It pulls back in a kind of a gentle pullback, but it goes to the 55s. What is it low there? 52s, and now it's trading at 64.44. With the monthly chart improving technically. The weekly chart is in a leg D, And here's another reason. There are just so many Ds. I'm going to show you in a second. Look, D in the weekly chart, D in the daily chart. The last two Ds in Merck gave you really good pullbacks. Look at this. The D that was made back in Merck is a pharmaceutical, trading at 66.44, down 5 cents. 24th of April, 61 round number high. Kaplop, it goes down to the 56s. On the 8th of May, it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. Doji candle again at 62.96. On the 13th of June, Kaplop hits the 50-period exponential moving average at 59.80, and now it's gone to leg D. Is there going to be a third? Look at the time. If Larry was looking at this, I bet, Larry Pesavento, I bet he'd be calling this a, what's the guy's name? Twentyman. Look at this. New parallel. Is it exactly the same? There it is. Look at that. No, not quite. All right, almost the same. Another 3 days, and you've got yourself a U-shaped pattern, rising U-shaped pattern to the next U-shaped pattern in a leg D. Hey, it doesn't mean it has to crash. No, it says just be, you remember the yellow lighted Ds? And that's what it's saying. Twitter. I don't see anything yet in Twitter. It had a fantastic move. It's made a peak F top and then around number 46 close. And I just suspect having hit the 47s and now in the 42s, it's just a little choppiness. It needs a little more time. Probably 38s is where you want to look at it again as maybe a buy. It's made a D in the monthly chart. Next question was, would I look at the XRT? Sure, the XRT is the S&P retail has a big spike early in the day. Now it's up 33 cents at 50, round number 50. Had a 51.04 high in the peak F Chapman wave top on the 22nd of June. Pulls back to 47s, has a bounce now to today's high, and now it's pulling back. Peak D in the weekly chart. Leg B, I'm calling this leg B because it made a new, just by a fraction. Yeah, by a fraction, it made a new high. I'm actually going to call this a leg B to say the XRT is one of the reasons, another reason why I think later this year we're going to get a really good rally. And that's because I think that this is a blue B. I don't see it going into 37.72 unless there's just a whopper of a recession type thing coming on. I just don't see it yet. I do see corrective moments. All right. So we've done those. I've done most of the questions. Another question about CX. I remember Greg brought this to my attention the other day, and I said to him, yep, you can start a position there. We've missed it. It's been on my radar for my subscribers to my opening call. Where'd that go? I'll try to get that back. So there it is. So it's trading up 36 cents at 7.42. We missed it. Yeah, we missed it. There, I didn't get it. I love the action, and my target was the 710 level, which it did yesterday. Today it spiraled up again. Leg C in the weekly chart. CMEX SA, Mexican Cement Company, $7.42, up 36 right now. So good morning. Yesterday I bought CX. Now I don't know. Would you please give you a wave count? Would have enjoyed calling. Not sure if I will be able to listen until this evening. Thank you, Greg and Austin. So, Greg, this is what I'm saying to you. I'm not sure if you're completely out or you're in. Just that wasn't too clear. But what I am going to say to you is, if you are in, try to keep it as a core position and trade around it. Because now, if it pulls back, that $7.10 200-period exponential moving average target that I had, that it just spiraled through. That's now support as far as I can see, and the monthly chart and weekly charts are slowly improving. Well, because of the speed of the last 3 days, going from the 670s to the 750s. It's not so long. It's just a very quick rally, but it's helped the weekly and the monthly charts a lot. Keep the position. Let's see if we can get you a trading position around it. I do think it will pull back. All I'm saying is keep in mind that what you really want to do is you want to identify that the weekly chart has become more an intermediate term buy mode going, that should go to a D. I should even put in an up arrow. Well, we haven't gotten to Friday. I'm going to do this prematurely maybe, but I think that CX is in now for the first time in ages. It's in a buy mode, and that's telling us something about the economy, what's going to be happening, etc. If it does pull back, seems to have good support in this 5/10s to the 670s. I'm talking about intermediate term. All right, that's that. And I'll do one more. Yeah, PPA. What about Boeing? What about PPA? I spoke about that yesterday. PPA is the Power Shares Aerospace and Defense ETF. It's holding really well in the monthly chart, and the weekly chart's had a real nice pop-up. And you've gotten, let me just do the up arrow. Here we go, up arrow. So on the way down, it goes trough A, trough B, trough C. On the way up, it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D, peak E, and a possible peak F right there at the same level that you had that last peak D. That was, remember, Chapman Wave Phantom Peak at 58.51. Today's high is 58.50. I love when these things get within a penny. It's just amazing how that happens, except it took 6 waves to get there. And that's working hard, but the technicals are still good. So all I can say is I still think that the defense stocks, I would not say that they are out of the realms of being buys. I'm just saying I think they're in that consolidation phase. Hey, could be wrong. We'll see. Now let's go back. So I wanted to do the IWM. The IWM, did I have a caller? No. IWM right now had a nice spike early on. Now it's up 60 cents at 168.10. It's stuck. Look, remember, I've been teaching this. I've been talking about it. I've been showing my subscribers. I love to teach. I love to give you information. Let me just show you something. It's called the Chapman Wave Inside Track. In my CD Inside Track, CD introducing the Chapman Wave methodology, spoke about this a long time ago. If you can identify, it doesn't have to be in an up channel or down channel. If you can identify lower lows and lower highs, or at least lower highs or rising lows, and you can put in a dashed line that shows you where the resistance is, together with an inside, what I call the Chapman Wave Inside Track repellent, start of the repellent zone. In this case, that red line. In that case, it's the green line. Means that if you close nicely above the green line, you've broken out of these multi-time hit resistance levels. Bam, bam, bam. Slightly lower each time because it's a declining trend line. Well, if these two parallel trend lines, this little mini channel, becomes a repellent zone strong enough to push the price far down, now you've got to start looking at where would I be looking at support levels. So I'll do the same thing here. So I'll draw it on the upside. I'll draw it red, right? Is that a break coming in? Yeah, there's a break. God, time flies when you're having fun. There we go. That's red. This is green. And you'll see I'm going to do it right where the most hit places, right there. And that says at any point in the next 2 weeks, if the IWM breaks under 165.50, it's a problem. I'll be right back. Dow's up 125, S&P's down 6.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
All right, so we want to get to gold. Let's just get to gold. Gold's down 5 at 1226.5. Yeah, it's gone to a leg B, a great leg B. It's really tough. The fact that the monthly is really breaking down below that dashed rising trend line, the weekly took out the low. I do see that gold is in the position here where, well, I'm talking about gold, not the gold stocks or the GDX, anything like that. I think that gold, I would not be surprised that even if it pulled back under 1210, the low it was made on the 19th of July, that it kind of bounces around here. In fact, at this point, I don't think it's going to break much below 1210 to 1200 key support, if it does that at all. But it might also mean that it doesn't have to rally all that much, that it could go to 1242, which would be good. But the 1248 to 1251 area is going to be very strong resistance. I'm looking at this and I'm saying the dollar should have pulled back much deeper. We're along the dollar still. We're also long a small position in gold, one of the funds. But reason being is that the dollar hit this trend line exactly and then bounced today. And that's saying to me that if tomorrow Friday, now I really need to go to the end of the month, to the 31st of the month. If by the 31st of the month the dollar has not broken 93.60, key support 93.69 is the 14-period exponential moving average support in the weekly chart, then I'm going to probably land up doing something like this. I'm going to just do it now and get rid of it because I'm just saying I need a little more time. It could be a Chapman wave stalk leg formation like that. I don't want to do that just yet, so I'm taking it off right now. But I'm just suggesting to you that the dollar could, under all these circumstances, strange circumstances, could in fact continue to hold up because currencies don't change trends in a short period. They really like to last a long time, even sideways. Can we look how long that sideways move was? That was, months. So, okay. So dollar, make it real clear at 94.67 up 49 cents. A break above 95.25 says, hey, this is really good action. And a pullback below 93.60 says, whoops, it's going to go down and it's testing key support levels. That's what it's saying. All right, key support levels, but I don't think the dollar is going to break down. I just think it means it could be chop, chop, chop for a while longer. Next question I had. Oh, so let's look at silver. Silver's, let's see, gold is down. So silver's down 0.64. Yep, at 0.09 at 1549. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It doesn't look quite as bad in the chart formations as the dollar, as gold itself, but it's not great. It's not great. Let's see what high-grade copper is doing. High-grade copper took a dive the other day. Now it's overnight. Now it's back again. So it's only down 0.02, 2.815 right now, holding reasonably well. Not great, but it almost looks like gold. But I'm watching this one closely because if copper starts to rally strongly, let's see what wood's doing. WOD, wood is up 0.06. Yeah, they're all doing the same sort of thing, struggling. Let's see crude oil right now. Crude oil is up 46 cents. This is a stronger leg B. This is a much better looking chart at the moment, just the daily. But the weekly chart has made higher highs and higher lows. That's also important. So, yep, I'm considering that crude oil is stuck. The continuous contract at CR at 69.76 is stuck between a range of about 70.60 to 71.25. I must say, if it goes above 71.70, I have to consider that it could retest the highs, most recent highs. But so far it's stuck. I would not be surprised to see if crude oil actually does this, some kind of an arch formation, and that within 4 days or so, we're saying, okay, crude oil is back under 67.50. Anyway, that's the way I'm looking at it. And what am I missing? TLT. TLT right now, it just doesn't look great. It's just stuck. And yields the same thing. The TNX just stuck in a range. In this case, the upper range. It made a peak C. It could still go to a D, and then maybe it starts chopping around a little bit. We'll watch this closely. I can just say that if the yield, instead of rallying right now, the 10-year yield at 29.63, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a nominal peak D at 29.74 or just a little higher, and then it starts to come back down into the 29.20 to the 28.90 area, and that would be if the general market starts to pull back. Ooh, that was a lot of work, and during the breaks, I was also answering some questions. Big rally based on what? China tariff deadline August the 30th. FOMC raising Fed funds next week. Dollar call VIX buyers bought August, September, October expirations. Wow, looking for a correction. A shutdown government coming in September. Oh, wow, what good news. TNX at 3.7 has been stopping point for equities. Everyone looking for a rally. Dennis Gartman, 30,000 Dow. Paul Tudor Jones, Tom Lee. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, I haven't been following them. Let's see what happens. Meantime, back at the ranch. Oh, can't see the chart. Let me just do PPA right now. One more time. PPA. Look, there's the chart. Daily, a leg. Whoa, wait a minute. DEF, is that a G? Oh, PPA is aerospace. That's what we're looking at. So this is actually quite good action. I do not like to go against the chart. The chart is saying that based on the MACD, this could be a G. If there is a Chapman Wave instant restart, it's the unconventional restart and says we should be back under 57 within 2.5 to 3 weeks. All I'm going to say, it's holding really well, probably a little better than I was expecting, but what can I say? It's still stuck in a range. Okay, we've got all those out the way. Benefits and drawbacks of Bitcoin. Oh, no, that's something that was just sent to me. No, that's somebody else. Yep. Okay, so you want to look at Ford. Oh, pain. At 54, down 54 cents at 9.98. Down, this is that arch formation in the weekly. If it cannot close above the 10 point, if it can't close above the low of the second week of March, 10.14 was the low. It's trading at 9.99. If by next week, by Friday, tomorrow, or the next week, it can't close nicely above that 10.14 level, wow, this is really bad news. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying to the subscriber, no, I don't think I can do that right now. I need to let the next couple of days play out. I just need it because I think we're in for some kind of a consolidation. General Motors down to 62 cents. Let's see what FCAU, this is Fiat Chrysler. Also down again. Let's see what race is doing. Ferrari. Racing's doing okay. It's only down $1.34 at 133. Had a high in the 145s just the other day. 149 was the all-time high. 149.85. Just missed the round number right there. Yeah, these are all clues to say it's very selective. It doesn't mean you're going to go full bearish It just says, be careful right now. Advanced micro devices I was asked about before. Look at this advanced micro devices. Huge move up 13% at 18.17. Up 2.12. What a start. All-time high. Leg C in the weekly chart. Leg F. F/A. F is negative. A is really positive in the monthly. All I can say, it's an incredible company. I went through this recently. I think there's incredible moves that Advanced Micro Devices has at 18.50. I'll be right.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Folks, XAL, the airlines are moving up into leg C, but still not a very great weekly or monthly chart. And a quick question is, Sarah, you say left side, right side, price time match. Will you just email me exactly which index you're looking at, and we can talk about tomorrow. It'll be Technical Friday, and I'll spend a lot of time on that. Exactly why I'm kind of nervous right now. I think the market's going to close quite a bit lower. Look at the E-minis right here. E-mini peak F daily, 2 minutes, 5 minutes peak D, and the 10 minutes peak E pulling back very sharply. Hey, let's go to John in Miami. John, how are you?
Good, Basil, how are you?
I'm very good. You got a question? Let's go.
Yeah. Yes, Basil. Can you tell me a good support point on the ES to go long in the next coming days or weeks?
Oh, the E-mini, the ES? Okay. So what I would do is this. I'm going to show you something really quick because we're going to run out of time. I'm going to spend a lot more time on just this sort of thing tomorrow. But in the meantime, let me show you what I'm looking at. ESU 18. So the 120-minute chart has made a rectangle formation. If in the next 2 days the E-mini actually trades underneath 282.25, closes underneath that, that's going to suggest to me that the daily's made a peak D, and the 2805 level will be really important shorter term, what I'd be looking at. If there's going to be a deeper sell-off in the next week, I would just hold off. The area I really would like, I don't know if it's going to happen, the area I'd really like to look at buying the E-mini for a bigger move up would be a test of the 2772 to 2760 area. That's quite a few points down. So if you ask me what would be the best risk reward in looking out for something bigger in for the rest of the year, if there is going to be a pullback in the shorter term, I'd say that's kind of the area. Give back a chunk of the gains we've just made in the shorter term. I don't know if that helps you, but that's kind of what I'd be looking at in the bigger picture. In the short term, I've got to say that I think we're going to be pulling back. I hope that helps you, John.
It helps. Thank you so much, Basil.
Okay, thanks for calling. I'll deal with it a little bit more tomorrow. Stay tuned for Steve. Stay tuned for Dave. Stay tuned for Tom O'Brien. Check out my opening call. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.